What's going on, guys? Welcome to your second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and new stimulus bill update. We have some great news coming from Nancy Pelosi just this morning. It's really good news. I want to tell you exactly what it is and explain why this is happening today. First, you probably already heard this, but President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for COVID-19 late last night, and this has caused the stock market to tumble earlier today. Now, Steve Mnuchin and both Nancy Pelosi have been saying we will have a bipartisan stimulus deal, but they do not know exactly when. What I want you to understand is going forward, with President Trump having and testing positive for COVID-19, this is going to change things. Nancy Pelosi has stated this morning that yes, this alters the outcome of stimulus negotiations moving forward, because now that President Trump has it, before he would barely wear a mask, now is more likely he will wear a mask. He understands, okay, this is real and stuff needs to change. So Nancy Pelosi is very optimistic moving forward that Republicans will actually increase their offer just a little bit. And based on the reports that I've been reading, is they are not very far apart. We are very close to a stimulus deal. Now, Nancy Pelosi said this morning that her and Steve Mnuchin are coming to terms on COVID relief and the price tag. But we will have a bipartisan bill. All they're waiting on right now is they're waiting on the language. The language in which the bill is written. That is what the big holdup is right now. There's a few others, but that's the main one. They also are agreeing on stimulus checks, $1,200 stimulus checks to the American people and $500 for dependents. Unemployment, I believe, is going to be right about $400 to $500 per week. Rental assistance, PPP funding, food assistance, and so much more. Those are the main things that everyone's been asking about, so I wanted to put those in there. The two main holdups, other than the language, right now, obviously it's state and local government funding, that's the big one. But, and again, that's where it comes down to the language. How much money is going to go to states, go to local governments, and how much will be withheld until we see, okay, that state needs that funding. So again, it goes down to the language. But this is getting good. This is getting closer. We are very close to a deal, and people are saying that we could see something in the next couple of days. So, and I'm explaining what we can watch for, and it'll be very easy to tell. It'll be a telltale sign that yes, stimulus is coming. But here are the two holdups, other than state and local government funding and the language. First, it's cannabis banking. Pelosi says it's a therapeutic for COVID-19, that cannabis is a therapeutic, so cannabis banking should be a must. Republicans are not on board with that. And then the elimination of the salt tax deduction. That's another big one. So those are a couple of the holdups right now. We will see moving forward if both of those are in the next bill or are they taken out. But this is really good news because we knew going in to the stimulus negotiations that state and local government funding was going to be a big issue. But there are many other pieces that need to be worked out. So it looks like Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi have been hammering out the details and getting closer to an agreement. So that's really good news as well. This morning, Nancy Pelosi urged the airline industry, who are anticipating to lay off about 32,000 people between yesterday, today, and possibly over the weekend. But she is urging airlines not to lay off any more employees and give Congress a little bit more time because a deal is imminent. Again, this is really good news. Nancy Pelosi would not tell the airlines a deal is imminent, so just give us a little bit more time. She would not say that if it was not true, because just because an airline is not going to lay off people today does not mean they can't do it on Sunday or on Monday or next Wednesday or next Friday. They can still lay off people. So with Nancy Pelosi saying just give us more time, this has many people expecting a deal to be announced any day. Maybe any second. So this is really good news. Based on these reports, it shows that both parties are inching closer together. Nancy Pelosi is willing to come down a little bit more. Steve Mnuchin is willing to come up a little bit more, with President Trump now being infected. Okay? He's now positive for COVID-19. That is making Republicans alter their kind of agendas a little bit. They're willing to give in a little bit more, push up the budget, push up that top line number just a little bit, so that they can hopefully come to some type of an agreement. So again, really good news. One report is indicating that a deal could be coming within the coming days. And the way we will know is Nancy Pelosi has stated if there is a deal to be done within the next few days, the House will stay at Capitol Hill. They will not go home. They will wait. They will stay there and pass the stimulus package deal as soon as it gets agreed upon. So this is one way. This report is saying that if we anticipate to see something in the next couple of days, just look to see how many people in the House leave. If a bunch of people are still there on Capitol Hill, then expect a deal to be done today or possibly this weekend. So we will obviously keep an eye on that, but that is great news. That's very big news. Now, this morning, I did a video earlier this morning talking about President Trump. He did test positive, so did Melania Trump. Steve Mnuchin, Mark Meadows, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, the Bidens, they tested negative. So that's all good news. Trump and his wife didn't. They're positive. So that I want to address that this morning. I want to address some other things as well. So I did that. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that video, I'll link to it down in the description box below. So make sure you go and watch that. But what I promised you, as soon as the jobs report came out, I want to address that and explain why I think things are going to change based off of what we saw in the report this morning. It came out this morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time. So I wanted to bring you my update on what to expect moving forward. First off, the report did come out this morning, and this is what many people are saying. One person said, it's exactly what we predicted. Another person said, I saw this coming. One other economist said, we knew what was going to be in the report. So here is what was in the report. The unemployment rate dropped to 7.9%. This is really good. Most economists and most experts predicted we would still be in the double digits, so 10% or higher going into 2021. So being, at 7.9 in September, okay, then we know going into October and November, we should see even better numbers. Hopefully, even more people go back to work and the unemployment rate drops. That is what we're looking for. The economy added 661,000 new jobs. However, the rate at which jobs are returning is slowing, and that is what economists have predicted for months. They knew in the beginning of the pandemic, jobs would come back very quickly, but as we got closer to the end, or to what we think is the end, then we would see it would be more difficult because some businesses won't reopen. Many employers are not going to bring back their full crew. They don't need 100 employees. Maybe they only need 50, and those 50 people, half of those people might be working remotely, which was also addressed inside this report. It also says 3.8 million jobs since September through February have been permanently lost. So almost 4 million jobs. They are expecting us to get closer to 5 million by the end of this year, if not a little bit higher. Also, 22.7% of all people employed are now working remotely. This is big, like I said. Being that some jobs are not going to be returning, some jobs are going to be coming back very slowly. The majority of workers will be working remotely, especially if the pandemic worsens. Just look for this number to increase a little bit as we get farther into the year. Also, a big number, and this is really big, I've been saying this for months. The average hours worked per employee it was reported to be at 34.7 hours per week. I've been saying this all along. Many people rely on their entire 40-hour work week, and they still are paycheck to paycheck. So just because somebody is employed does not mean that they're good, they're covered, everything is exactly as it was before the pandemic. Many people have got their pay cut and also their hours cut. Just think, if you lose 5 hours per week at, let's say, $10 an hour. Okay, simple math. $10 an hour, 5 hours per week, you're going to lose $50 per week or $200 per month. If you live paycheck to paycheck, you cannot afford a $200 loss every single month just because your hours and your pay was cut. So, just think about that. Now, economists are now predicting that without additional stimulus, the economy will slow even further. Not only that, but holiday shopping is expected to come to a halt. Many big retail stores, big box stores, have said they will not open for Thanksgiving. They will close. Many stores are still under their mandates where they can only allow so many people in. They require masks and so on. So if you think about the previous years, the massive amount of people going into these stores, just think, only a small amount will be able to go into the store. Everyone else will be standing outside. This is not just on Thanksgiving. This is the day after, the weekend, Cyber Monday, whatever, right? So holiday shopping is going to come to a halt very soon. Also, economists are predicting credit defaults are going to skyrocket. They haven't yet because creditors have been allowing people to miss payments, have been allowing people to work up to it, try to pay back what they owe, and it's been good so far. However, they expect it to skyrocket very soon. Economists warn that if a second wave hits, and this is what's expected. Okay, the CDC says this, health experts are predicting this, there will most likely be a second wave. Now, I say second wave, but honestly, they still say we are in the first wave. But if a second wave hits, then expect more employees to work from home, which would also mean many employees would get their pay cut. They could also get their hours cut, okay, or cut even further. Thousands of more businesses could close for good. Unemployment will most likely see a spike, and all while we move into predictably the toughest few months. And they're saying this is the toughest few months because of COVID and the flu season. Currently, Madrid, Spain, is going through another lockdown as they see cases are surging. Here in the United States, we have locations removing all mandates and going back to normal. Yet, we are seeing an increase in positive cases across the country. So, what people are doing based in other countries and even our country, some things make sense, some things don't. As cases increase, we're seeing people remove mandates. So that's probably not the best thing, but it is what it is, so everybody be safe. Right now is a very scary time. I can tell you right now, there's so much uncertainty going on throughout the world and in the United States alone. We are, I think, 32 days away from the upcoming election, so things are going to be very scary moving forward, but do what you can and stay safe. So just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you have a specific question regarding stimulus or how you can make money, please ask your question down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you want to stay updated, and I'll see you guys on the next one.